This is how it will work. Welcome back this week. I am going to jump right in. I'm working on the prototype piece that I was printing a few weeks back when I had my near 24-hour day of fun down in the studio. Yeah, so it's this piece. Basically, before I do anything, I just want to explain what's going on. I'm going to clean up the back, which has got all this extra material on, which isn't actually part of the print. It's just the understructure that causes it to have like an even surface to print on. That all has to be removed, or most of it anyway. I mean, it is the back, so there's little bits left over. I'm not going to worry about that too much. And also there's a section of the middle, part of the section of the middle bit here. I think you can see that circle that actually printed when I didn't intend it to, and that's my my mistake, in the sense that I'm not a wizard at the editing software yet. Right now I'm just kind of learning the ropes, and basically I thought, well, I'll just let it print. I didn't actually expect it to take so long, and I'll just cut it out, you know, in the real world. So I'm going to get on with that, jump right in, and then I'll explain what I'm doing on the painting front. This might not seem like it, but this is yeah, this is something that I've been trying to do for a long time, including this ridiculous camera angle. This is a prototype of a production method that I've been really interested in for like a few years now. So it's basically taking the constructions unit that I'm working on, that I've been painting repetitively every day, which I'll continue to do so for the next month or so, or 3 months, or whatever it might be. And yeah, kind of taking it up a game. So instead of painting it repetitively every day, you actually have some sort of crane system, or some sort of you know, system mounted to the roof that enables you to heighten it and lower it into an actual dunk tank of paint. Now this obviously requires a much more intensive setup, but in this whole prototyping setup, I can actually test whether it's a viable method of production. So now this piece is completely cleaned up and ready, I am going to enact a sort of prototype methodology where I use a dunk tank to paint this. So it's going to be like a miniature kind of experiment, and seeing how it works and if it's even possible. Let's go. This is how it will work. So this here is going to be the dunk tank. This will be filled with about 3 or 4 centimeters worth of paint. Then I will enact the crane. This will come through here and then lower into the tank. Once painted and dunked, I will lift this up, me being the crane, and then it will go over to its resting place, where it will hang for several days until dry. Oh, I really can't fit my head in this shot, can I? And that will be the end of it. Let's try it out. Alright everyone, so it's been a few days now, and the piece is mounted on the wall here. It's done, it's dry, it's ready, it's complete, and all round I'm actually quite happy with it. The finish wasn't quite as perfect as I'd hoped. There are tiny little imperfections that I notice, and that's also due to the way it's been printed. Do you see those tiny little ripples in a few different places? You can see it being caught on the light just up here, just up there where my finger is. Well, they, for me, kind of bug me a little bit, but that's because I guess when you spent so long doing it, you just want it to be absolutely perfect. But all in all, that yeah, worked out really well. So that's the printing method without the frame completed, and also the theory of a dunk tank also completed. So all in all, I'd say it's quite a successful experiment. The only limitation now is the size of the printer. When I scale it up, I'll print in a lower resolution, you know, not as high of a quality, and I'll melt them together and probably put some sort of subframe or something along those lines. So that's now one solid option that I have in terms of developing these frameless constructions. The other one, which has been going on this week, but basically I've recorded so much footage that it's just going to be like a 30-minute vlog if I give it all this week. So next week you'll be seeing the completion of what I'm just about to show you, and that is the actual subframe creation through welding. So basically, you get a little preview here. You can see how the frame is coming along. Okay, that's enough for now. So yeah, you'll see all the trials and tribulations of the welding, of me learning to weld with a stick or an arc welder next week. It's been quite a steep learning curve, and it's been well, problematic to say the least, mainly because of my abysmal technique, but I'm sure that will improve with time. And today I'm really starting to kind of understand how to work with the metal and work with the arc. So it's not quite as ugly, or more importantly, it's structurally sound. So I think that's all for this week, and I will see you again next week. I put a new channel trailer at the header of my YouTube page, so check it out and see you next time.